welcome to Roving Report, a program that looks at the Northeast in all its dimension and brings you the changing mood and tenor of the region in all its colors. I'm your host Lumpin Vishum, and the highlights of today's program are: preparations for 16 Lok Sabha elections begin in the Northeast. Villagers kill 3 UALAA militants in Assam's Golpara district. Construction of the first modern sports stadium in Jorhat in full swing. India and Bangladesh border security officers meet in Shillong to discuss border issues. And artists and troll audience at the Northeast Spring Festival in Dimapur. Like the rest of the country, the northeastern states are also gearing up for the 16 Lok Sabha elections that will be held next month. While preparations to conduct the polls in a peaceful manner are in full swing, people are looking forward to exercising their franchise with enthusiasm as they seek peace and development in the region. A report.
From 7th April, people across the country will exercise their voting right to choose their representatives in the 16th general elections. Within 9 polling days, an expected 81.4 crore people will cast their votes in 543 parliamentary constituencies. In the northeast, the state election commissions have started taking measures to ensure safe and fair polling. While Arunachal Pradesh will go to polls on 9th April, Assam will have the elections on 7th, 12th and 24th, Manipur on 9th and 17th, Nagaland, Meghalaya and Mizoram on 9th, Sikkim on 12th and Tripura on 7th and 12th of April. In Tripura, in all, there will be 3,095 polling stations for the 2 constituencies, in which around 24 lakh voters will exercise their votes.
আমাদের কমিশন বলেছেন এবার এডিকুয়েট সিকিউরিটি দেওয়া হবে গতবারের মতোই বাইরে থেকে সেন্ট্রাল প্যারামিলিটারি ফোর্স আসবে পোলিং বুথ স্ট্রং রুম ডিউটিতে সেন্ট্রাল প্যারামিলিটারি ফোর্স এন্ড ফোর্স অফ আদার স্টেটস আর ডিপ্লয়েড ইউ নো দ্যাট সো আমাদের সিকিউরিটি দিক থেকে কোনো চিন্তা করতে হবে না উইল হ্যাভ এডিকুয়েট সিকিউরিটি
Following the announcement of polling dates, preparations have started with immediate effect in Manipur. A 24-hour helpline has been opened by the State Election Commission. Any complaint of malpractice and any information regarding the elections can be sought from the number. An end to militant activities and economic prosperity of the state is what the people of Manipur want, as they gear up to cast their votes on 9th and 17th of April. The counting of votes is scheduled to take place on May 16th.
Fear of election ama ohen pami ko aphaba candidate thagalaga ma tungi future gidamakta future gidamakta yengaga aphaba candidate thagalaga aphaba Manipur ama shema pami.
In Assam, that will go to polls in 3 phases on 7th, 12th and 24th April, people want their leaders to work for peace and development. In the Guwahati Lok Sabha constituency, development of roads, infrastructure, cleanliness and security will be the deciding parameters.
एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं एक अच्छा कैंडिडेट आए, हमें यहाँ एक अच्छा एमएलए आए जो हमारे लिए काम करे, हमारा प्रॉब्लम सुने, हमारा एमपी आए जो हमारे लिए कुछ करे, अगर जाके उन्हें अप्रोच करे वो कुछ हेल्प कर दे, जगह जगह में ये बोर्डिंग ये सब कर दे और ये जो ड्रेनेज सीनेज ये सब साफ कर दे, गार्बेज का ये सब प्रॉब्लम ये सब काम कर दे, बस यही चाहिए.
For years now, militancy-led violence has severely affected life and hampered the socio-economic growth of the region. Normalcy and development are the 2 central concerns of the people that will play a decisive factor in the upcoming elections.
People in the northeast are fed up with constant harassment by militant outfits. Recently in Assam's Golpara district, 3 militants of the Meghalaya-based United Achik Liberation Army were beaten to death by angry villagers for trying to extort money. We have a report.
Recently, villagers in Assam's Gwalpara district caught 3 militants of the Meghalaya-based United Achik Liberation Army and beat them up, leading to their death. The incident took place in Majipara village, situated along the Assam-Meghalaya border, where the 3 were hiding. According to the police, the militants had recently served extortion notes to the people of the area.
যোৱাকালি ৰাতি প্ৰায় 11 মান বজাত এইকেইজনে নিজকে UALA উগ্ৰপন্থী বুলি পৰিচয় দি ইয়াৰ মানুহক পইচা ডিমাণ্ড কৰিছিলে আৰু পইচা নিবলৈ আহিছিলে আৰু তেওঁলোকৰ আচলতে ডিমাণ্ডত অত্যাচাৰত মানুহ অতিষ্ঠ হৈছে সেইকাৰণেই কালি আৰু স্থানীয় ৰাইজে ধৰি পেলাই তিনিজনকে ধৰি বান্ধি মাৰপিট কৰোঁতে তিনিজনৰ মানে মৃত্যু ঘটিলে এতিয়া যিকোনো উগ্ৰপন্থী সংগঠনে যদি সবৰে নিজৰ ফ্ৰী ৰান বুলি ভাবিছে এইটো ভুল কৰিছে আৰু যদি মানুহে পইচা নিদিয়ে এনেকুৱাটো পন্থা লৈছে
Several militant outfits, including the outlawed Garo National Liberation Army and the United Achik Liberation Army, operate in the North Garo Hills of Meghalaya, which shares a border with Assam's Kamrup and Gwalpara districts. Security forces from both the states had launched a joint operation last year after the two outfits had carried out a string of attacks on civilians and police officials in the bordering areas of Assam and Meghalaya. Sources reveal that the militant outfits are largely involved in extortion, killings and smuggling of arms.
Moving on, the northeastern states have been witnessing a rapid growth in rural and urban areas, especially with the implementation of several government-run schemes. Let's focus on the changing scenario in the region with our segment Ripples. Development activities have gained momentum in Jorhat, and the state government is leaving no stone unturned in improving the infrastructure to promote all-round growth in the region. Today, we take you to the under-construction site of the Jorhat Sports Stadium, which will be the first modern stadium in the district.
One of the oldest sports fields of Assam, which is run by Jorhat District Sports Association, will be soon transformed into an international standard stadium. The sports complex is being constructed at a cost of over 6 crore. While the gallery is being sponsored by the non-lapsable Central Pool of Resource under the donor ministry, the United Fund of Jorhat District Administration is funding the construction of the grounds and other facilities. The stadium will have a sitting capacity of 25,000 people. The project began in 2008-9 and is expected to be completed by the end of this year.
ইয়াত যদি এখন এটা ধুনীয়া ষ্টেডিয়াম হয় নহয় তেতিয়া আমাৰ বহুত খেলুৱৈ আছে যি সুবিধা পোৱা নাই ইয়াত যদি এনেকৈ ভাল এটা সুবিধা পায় বহুত ভাল খেলুৱৈ হ'ব বহুত ল'ৰা ওলাব
The work is progressing rapidly and 90% of the stadium has been completed. In addition, the construction of a cricket pitch, volleyball court, 400 meters track, accommodation building for 100 athletes and the construction of an indoor stadium in Titabor subdivision, Jorhat, is in full swing. These stadiums will provide good facilities for sportspersons in the future.
हम लोग का पहले यहाँ कोई भी फील्ड नहीं था अब हम लोग का यहाँ एक फील्ड है जिसमें हम लोग खेल सकते हैं मौज मस्ती भी कर सकते हैं कभी छुट्टियों का दिन हो तो हम लोग यहाँ आके खेल सकते हैं यहाँ हम लोग का यहाँ क्रिकेट कोचिंग भी सिखाता है तो वी आर वेरी हैप्पी
इस बार तो हम लोग को इधर में इंटरनेशनल ग्राउंड नेशनल ग्राउंड बन रहा है तो हम लोग का एक अच्छा अपॉर्चुनिटी है हम लोग इधर आके इंटरनेशनल मैच देख सके
Youth in Jorhat have the potential to do well in sports, and such initiatives of the state government to promote sports and allied infrastructure in the region will definitely prove beneficial in the long run.
Let us now take a look at some of the events that made news in the Northeast recently.
Vasundhara Northeast Women Entrepreneur of the Year 2012-2013 Award and Felicitation Program was recently organized at the ITA Center in Guwahati. Lal Mongkimi of Mizoram won the Woman Entrepreneur of the Year and received a citation and 25,000 rupees. 7 other women from the region were felicitated at the event.
Despite all the hurdles and obstacles, there are a lot of women very quietly working very hard and making a change in society, not only for themselves but also for the people around them. And the women who are awarded tonight are exceptional women. They have powerful stories to tell. Most of them come from very humble backgrounds, from far-off villages in border areas. and today they're running enterprises which are thriving and they have employed many people.
A mega mock drill on earthquake was recently held in Guwahati with an aim to assess multi-state disaster preparedness. The drill was held to identify gaps while responding to such a calamity and to help victims to understand how to handle themselves during an emergency.
इसका मकसद है कि अगर इतना बड़ा भूकंप आ गया, पूरा नॉर्थ ईस्ट में आएगा, हजारों के तादाद में लोग मारे जाएंगे, लाखों लोग जख्मी हो जाएंगे, तो उसके लिए हमारा तैयारी कितना है, स्टेट गवर्नमेंट का, डिस्ट्रिक्ट अथॉरिटीज का, हमारा एनडीआरएफ का, आर्मी का, एयरफोर्स का, ये उसी का पूरा कार्रवाई चल रहा है.
Museums have always been a treasure house of knowledge and information throughout the world. Manipur was an important theatre of operations in World War II. In order to bring to life the history of the war in the state, a group of World War II campaigners has set up a museum in Imphal. Let's take a look.
The museum was set up by the Second World War Imphal Campaign Foundation with support from Manipur Tourism Department. Manipur, often considered to be one of the most significant theatres of World War II, witnessed many battles during that time. The recovered World War II artifacts include barrels of rare Arisaka guns and bullets, a radio compass of a Dakota aircraft, artillery shells, Allied khaki shirts, war manuals, Type 97 Japanese grenade, Type 91 Japanese grenade, and oxygen cylinders used by aircraft pilots.
The main purpose of starting this mission was that we felt the need that we had a big World War II heritage which is in danger. It might be lost in another 10-20 years. And moreover, we wanted our younger generation, future generation, to feel what really happened during World War II and the devastation and whatever the war had brought to our small state of Manipur.
The artifacts were recovered in continuous excavations at over 10 sites in the state. The primary objective of the foundation is to promote war tourism in Manipur and facilitate research. Such museums help the younger generation learn more about their heritage.
India and Bangladesh have been making consistent efforts to strengthen security along the border to prevent smuggling, illegal migration and cross-border terrorism. Recently, officials of the Border Security Force and the Border Guard Bangladesh met in Shillong for an Inspector General level meeting on border management and coordination. A report.
The three-day biannual Inspector General level border coordination meeting between the Border Security Force and Border Guard Bangladesh was held recently at the headquarters of BSF Meghalaya Frontiers in Shillong. While the Indian delegation was led by the Inspector General of Border Security Force, Assam Frontier, Sudhir Kumar Srivastava, the 20-member Bangladesh delegation was headed by Brigadier General Mohammad Habibul Karim. During the meeting, the Border Security Force handed over a list of 66 camps of northeast insurgents to the Bangladesh delegation seeking action against them.
We have submitted whatever intelligence input we get about the camp, location of the camp. We have not told that leaders or any name. Okay. So, like you must be attending this meeting quite often earlier also. There is a huge list of camp used to be there. Now, if you collect the data of 5 years back and collect the data of this particular thing, so number has reduced down to a very considerable level because of they are taking proactive action against this.
The BSF has also requested for a solution to the dispute regarding the setting up of wire fencing in some parts of the border. The two sides also discussed other issues like better border management, tackling the smuggling of drugs and fake currency, and reducing border crimes. India shares a 4,096-kilometer-long border with Bangladesh, the longest boundary it has with any of its neighbors. Officials of both countries have been interacting regularly and joint efforts are being made to curb insurgency and cross-border crimes.
There is a vast pool of creative talent in the northeastern region. especially in the field of arts. Next, we take you to a painting camp in Guwahati, where young artists from all the northeastern states got a chance to exhibit their works depicting the rich heritage as well as the contemporary situation of the region.
A total of 14 young artists from Mizoram, Manipur, Nagaland, Tripura, Arunachal Pradesh and Sikkim were in Guwahati recently to participate in a 5-day Northeast painting camp. The camp was organized by the Lalit Kala Regional Centre, Bhubaneswar, with an aim to give a platform to the artists to exchange ideas and showcase their works. The budding artists had taken inspiration from the rich natural resources and cultural heritage of the northeastern region besides contemporary developments.
जो कलर्स या वाइब्रेशन है जो कलर का कल्चरल वाइब्रेशन है नॉर्थ ईस्ट का आपका जो यूनिट है यहाँ पे एक एक यूनिट में अलग अलग कल्चर है अलग अलग कलर भी है आपका जो कुजीन है नॉर्थ ईस्ट का वो भी डिफरेंट है सो आई वांट दिस शुड रिफ्लेक्ट इन द पेंटिंग सो दैट आम जो हिंदुस्तान के लोग हैं वो देखें
We the Northeast artist has to work hard to get that platform, to be there in that platform. We have to move out of our own comfortable zone to increase our we have to create our own chance to be in that platform.
The participants were happy to have got the opportunity to interact and understand each other better. Youth in the region are increasingly expressing their keen interest in taking up fine arts. The region has a rich legacy of arts and crafts, and such events provide a platform to the artists to showcase their talent.
Artists from across India showcase their unique folk and traditional cultures throughout their performances during the week-long Northeast Spring Festival 2014 held in Dimapur that aimed at strengthening national integration. Take a look.
The people of Dimapur witnessed week-long singing and dance performances during the Northeast Spring Festival 2014 at the Northeast Zonal Cultural Complex. Ranging from world-renowned Mizo bamboo dance to mesmerizing Naga warrior dance and traditional dances from Tripura and Meghalaya, the performing artists enthralled the visitors. A major attraction of the event was the performance of classical dance from Odisha and rope dance from Rajasthan. The festival provided a perfect stage for artists from across the country to showcase their talent.
I'm so happy and so proud to be a part of this and to witness really young ones who are taking this up, especially from the states of Manipur and Nagaland, where I saw the littlest one vigorously participating, and I hope we get to see this. This brings unity, people from the south, the north, the east and the west.
The event was organized under the aegis of Northeast Zonal Cultural Centre, Dimapur, and Indian Council for Cultural Relations. The main motive behind conducting the festival was to promote the idea of national integration by bringing together artists of different regions and dispel the image of a conflict-torn region. Festivals like these not only help change perceptions but also promote better understanding of each other by providing a window to each other's culture.
This time हम लोग ये स्प्रिंग फेस्टिवल कर रहे हैं ये स्पेशली फॉर चिल्ड्रंस के लिए जहाँ खाली खेल कूद यही नहीं है यहाँ डांस फॉर्म भी है इस स्प्रिंग फेस्टिवल में हम लोग बड़ों के साथ छोटे वालों को भी इंक्लूड किया ताकि ये जो हमारे नए पीढ़ी है नया जनरेशन है उनको भी ये हमारे जो कल्चर एंड ट्रेडिशंस है दैट इज़ द बिगेस्ट एंड व्हाट इज ए प्रीशियस ट्रेजर ऑफ अस वो अलाइव रहे.
Artists from Manipur also presented Thangta, a traditional martial art form, and Pung Chalom, a classical dance form from the state. Young kids also put up a special performance of traditional go-karting game. A large number of visitors turned up to witness the event.
With that, we've come to the end of this episode of Roving Report. I'm your host Lumpim, signing off. Do send in your feedback and suggestions to roving@ainin.com. Goodbye and see you next week.